Most wealthy individuals don't flaunt their wealth, they quietly build it. The irony is, the people who truly understand money are often the ones you least expect. They don't live for show, and their financial prowess isn't showcased through flashy cars or designer brands. Instead, they've mastered the art of investing, saving, and growth behind the scenes, often shunning societal norms. If you want to learn the real secrets to wealth that go beyond the surface, stay tuned. I'm Aria Vale, and this is The Wealth Shift. When it comes to financial management, there's a stark difference between perception and reality. Many people believe that financial success is directly tied to visible wealth, showy cars, extravagant lifestyles, and constant discussions about investments. This narrow view often obscures the underlying patterns that actually signify strong financial health. The truth is, the most effective money managers often blend into the background, operating in ways that are not immediately apparent. They prioritize systems over spectacle. Consider the case of Sarah, a middle-class professional who drives a modest car and lives in a moderate neighborhood. On the surface, she appears unremarkable. However, Sarah has implemented automated savings and investment strategies that work silently in her favor. While her peers may be caught up in the latest financial trends or spending sprees, Sarah's wealth accumulates steadily, driven by her disciplined, low-key habits. This contrast reveals a deeper issue. The visible markers of wealth often mislead us about actual financial acumen. The repercussions of this misunderstanding ripple outward. Individuals who chase after the flashiness of wealth may neglect the critical building blocks of financial success, such as budgeting, saving, and investing wisely. Instead of focusing on long-term strategies, they become consumed by short-term gains, leading to poor decisions that can derail their financial futures. The cycle perpetuates itself. A focus on appearances brings stress and anxiety, further clouding financial judgment. What often goes unnoticed are the psychological aspects at play. For many, the desire to show off wealth stems from social validation. Society tends to reward overt displays of success, creating a feedback loop that encourages individuals to spend excessively to maintain a certain image. Yet, this behavior can lead to financial strain. When the focus is on maintaining appearances rather than building a solid foundation, it becomes a trap. The pressure to conform to societal standards can blind people to smarter financial choices. Moreover, these patterns can foster a sense of inadequacy. Individuals who feel they cannot measure up may engage in compensatory behavior, overspending, taking on debt, or avoiding investment opportunities entirely due to fear of failure. This leads to an invisible barrier that stops them from achieving true financial independence. It's a cycle that can be difficult to break, yet it's essential to recognize these harmful habits to move forward. The impact of this dynamic on financial decisions is profound. When we prioritize perception over reality, we risk making choices that serve our ego rather than our pockets. Buying the latest gadgets, taking lavish vacations, or showcasing a luxurious lifestyle can provide temporary satisfaction, but deplete savings in the long run. This misalignment of values can culminate in chronic financial stress, which further complicates decision-making. In the end, the most effective financial strategies aren't about how much money you flaunt, it's about how well you manage what you have. By shifting focus from showing off to building systems that promote financial stability, individuals can escape the cycle of consumerism and anxiety. This moment of clarity can lead to more strategic decision-making, allowing for investments that truly grow wealth over time. Understanding these underlying patterns provides a roadmap for better financial choices. True financial success lies in the ability to automate decisions, manage emotional responses to spending, and prioritize long-term wealth accumulation over short-term gratification. By embracing this mindset, individuals can finally break free from the superficial expectations and start focusing on what truly matters, their financial future. The psychological barriers to effective financial management run deeper than most people realize. One major obstacle is what psychologists refer to as lifestyle creep. As income rises, so does spending. Yet, those with exceptional money management skills often resist this pattern. They feel a distinct discomfort when their spending closely matches their income. This isn't just a quirky trait, it's a deep-seated psychological response to the idea of lifestyle inflation. The National Bureau of Economic Research points out that individuals who maintain a significant gap between their income and spending tend to accumulate wealth at remarkable rates. However, this success often comes with an underlying sense of alienation. Imagine a person who earns a substantial salary but continues to drive the same modest car. Friends ask why they haven't upgraded, and family questions their choices. Internally, this individual feels out of place, as though they're living beneath their means, even when their financial situation has improved. Their brain is tethered to a specific spending baseline, and any increase feels jarring. It's not a moral issue. It's akin to wearing shoes that don't fit. This discomfort creates social friction, impacting their interactions and leading them to question their financial decisions. Another layer of complexity in financial behavior relates to how individuals perceive their future selves. People skilled at managing their finances often forge a strong connection between who they are today and who they'll be in the future. When they envision themselves at age 65, retired and relying on savings, that future person feels real, not abstract. Research from Stanford's Virtual Human Interaction Lab shows that when individuals interact with aged avatars of themselves, they tend to change their saving behaviors dramatically. This mental connection to their future self informs their present decisions. Consider someone weighing a significant purchase, like a new car. They're not simply asking, "Do I want this now?" They're also considering, will 65-year-old me appreciate this decision? The ability to visualize future outcomes can influence financial choices in profound ways. Those with a clear mental model of their future self are more likely to prioritize saving over immediate gratification. This isn't just an option, it's a crucial factor in long-term financial success. Yet, not everyone possesses this intrinsic ability to envision their future self. For some, the connection remains abstract, leading to impulsive buying or undersaving. The risk here is twofold. Not only do they forfeit potential wealth accumulation, but they also expose themselves to financial instability later in life. This disconnect can stem from a lack of financial literacy or simply from not prioritizing future planning. Overcoming this mental barrier is essential for effective financial management. One common error is the tendency to focus on short-term rewards, ignoring the long-term implications. This myopic view can lead to overspending on luxuries that provide immediate satisfaction, but compromise future security. It's a trap many fall into, believing that enjoying life today means sacrificing tomorrow. The irony is that a little restraint now can lead to greater freedom later on. By developing a habit of evaluating purchases through the lens of future desires, individuals can mitigate this risk. This brings us to the importance of emotional regulation in financial decisions. Many people allow emotions to dictate spending habits, leading to impulsive purchases that don't align with long-term goals. Learning to manage these impulses can create a more stable financial foundation. Emotional responses to spending can distort judgment, causing individuals to prioritize momentary pleasure over lasting security. Recognizing this tendency is the first step toward cultivating better financial habits. A key takeaway is that acknowledging these psychological patterns can empower individuals to take control of their financial futures. Simple practices, like visualizing oneself at different life stages, can establish a stronger link to future goals. This mental connection can serve as a guiding force in everyday financial decisions. The journey toward financial freedom requires clarity around lifestyle choices, emotional management, and an unwavering focus on long-term success. As you reflect on your own financial behavior, consider how your mental models influence your decisions. Are you building wealth with an eye toward your future self, or are you trapped in the cycle of immediate gratification? By fostering a deeper awareness of these psychological intricacies, you can begin to reshape your financial landscape, prioritizing long-term stability over fleeting satisfaction. Recognizing the impact of delayed discounting on your financial decisions can transform your approach to money management. When you understand that many people naturally prioritize immediate rewards over future gains, it becomes clear why financial struggles are so pervasive. This bias makes investing for the future seem less appealing compared to the tangible benefits of spending today. If a dollar today feels far more valuable than a dollar a decade from now, the path to accumulating wealth gets obscured by short-term desires. The effects of this mindset ripple through your financial life. Imagine someone consistently choosing to buy the latest smartphone instead of investing that money. Each purchase feels satisfying, creating a cycle of gratification that overshadows future needs. Yet, over time, those small decisions compound, creating a stark contrast between immediate pleasure and future security. This pattern is not just about individual choices, it's a fundamental flaw in how our brains process value over time. At the psychological level, this conflict can be traced to how our brains are wired. Delayed discounting isn't just a small quirk, it's a central feature of human cognition. The fleeting pleasure of spending money triggers dopamine responses that can overshadow rational thinking. This creates a scenario where your financial strategy is not based on logic or discipline, but rather on the immediate emotional rewards. Addressing this issue requires recognizing that financial success may hinge less on what you know and more on how you perceive value across time. A common mistake people make is failing to account for this bias in their financial planning. Many believe that knowledge alone will lead to good decisions, but if your brain instinctively discounts the future, that knowledge may not translate into action. You might know you should save for retirement, yet find yourself spending on non-essentials instead. This disconnect can lead to frustration and a sense of failure, reinforcing negative patterns. What does this mean for your financial decisions? Understanding these psychological nuances allows you to reframe your approach. By acknowledging that your brain may undervalue future rewards, you can create strategies that help align your actions with your long-term goals. This is where the framework of your financial life starts to shift. You can establish systems that counteract these biases, making it easier to prioritize future wealth. In practical terms, this means implementing strategies that simplify saving and investing. Consider setting up automatic transfers to savings accounts or investment funds. By removing the decision-making process from the equation, you bypass the immediate gratification hurdle. Similarly, introducing artificial friction in your spending habits, like delaying purchases for a day, can help you assess whether those items align with your long-term goals. The more effort it takes to spend, the more likely you are to pause and reconsider. Finally, let's acknowledge that these psychological patterns, while impactful, can come with their own set of challenges. Constantly thinking about the future can induce anxiety. The guilt of spending or the fear of making the wrong financial choice can overshadow the joy of earning and enjoying what you have. This internal conflict is real and can make it difficult to feel secure, even when your finances are stable. However, your journey toward financial improvement does not need to be defined by these challenges. Each moment of awareness you cultivate can serve as a turning point. Shaping your financial future becomes a matter of building the right systems and adopting behaviors that keep you aligned with your long-term vision. By doing so, you empower yourself to break free from the cycle of immediate gratification and flourish in a more stable financial landscape. Ultimately, rethinking how you value time and rewards can lead to a significant transformation. You may find that your financial path shifts from one of anxiety and short-term choices to one of strategy and long-term fulfillment. It's not merely about the mechanics of saving or investing, it's about understanding the intricacies of your own mind and how they dictate your relationship with wealth. Cultivating this awareness allows you to navigate financial decisions with intention. The changes you make today can lead to a more secure and fulfilling financial future. You don't have to be a product of your brain's natural tendencies. You can build frameworks that work for you, adapted to your unique situation. This is Aria Vale. And this is the Wealth Shift.